From Giuseppe's studio, it's the Lombardi and JP Talk Sports Podcast. I'm your boy Scotty P, they them boys, Lombardi and JP, and then there was week 3, and darkness fell across the land. Oh boy, here we go. All right, gentlemen. Oh, I don't even want to ask how you're doing today. We know how we're doing. What a rough week 3.
Not good.
Yeah, terrible.
JP, I saw your hot take. I felt like we needed to come over and like take you off of your roof, pull you down, and tell you everything was going to be okay.
It was not a good. I wasn't happy. It was just so depressing to see that we're having the same issues year after year after year. And I actually really loved Joe's hot take. That was pretty funny. How he spelled Dallas. So.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
I'll fill the viewers in. Give them it's up right now. Check it out. I appreciate it if you check it out.
Yeah,
and give me some feedback. But yeah, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. It was disgusting. It was not fun. It was a I don't know. It was a wake up call. It's a wake up call. What are we gonna do?
And the hits just keep on coming. So JP, fill us in on some of the Cowboys headlines from the horrible week 3.
So the biggest news out of the Cowboys camp is that CeeDee Lamb is now on IR and is going to miss a minimum of 4 weeks. He says so high ankle sprain. It's going to be 4 to 6 weeks out. Another hit that just came out was Tyler Booker also has a high ankle sprain. He's out the 4 to 6 weeks. He's not on IR yet. They're still evaluating it. Obviously, we already have Cooper Beebe on IR. So now we have 2 offensive linemen out for week 4 against the Packers. Some good news is that we have, Bland looks like he's on track to play week 4, so we'll get him back in the lineup. And Overshown says he feels really, really good. So a return for him might be week 5 or week 6, but it will not be this week. So, we're just a lot of ankle sprains. I mean, it's happening. The whole team is I feel like it's decimated by this ankle issue. And it was definitely miss CeeDee this week a lot on the offensive side.
Yeah, I think we're gonna miss him big time. But I'm gonna go out on the ledge and tell you that the Tyler Booker injury is actually gonna hurt us more than the CeeDee Lamb injury. I think the Dallas offense with George Pickens, with Ferguson, with our run game, with Kevontae Turpin, I think all of those guys can compensate. Obviously, we're a better team with CeeDee Lamb on the field. I get it. I understand that. But I will tell you this, the Tyler Booker injury is going to really hurt us with regards to the offensive front line and giving Dak the time he needs and helping Javonte Williams do what he does best in running that ball.
Yeah, well, there's 2 ways of looking at it, right? It's like, well, the best part of the team on the offensive side of the ball, okay, you can afford to have some injuries over there. And the flip side is, well, do you look at the defense and you get injuries over there and you go, oh, we're already decimated. We're already playing crappy, and now we're going to have injuries. We can't afford it on the defensive side. So I guess we'll see. Trying to paint a positive light here on some of these big injuries.
There is no positive light. There is no positive anything.
Well, there is one positive light on this show. Maybe not with the Cowboys, but for the Lombardi and JP show, Talk Sports, we here, as you can see behind me, this beautiful backdrop that we've got. You can't see it in the shot right now, but we have this beautiful tablecloth that has our logo on it. This is all thanks to Chuck's Signs. So we wanted to take a moment out to talk about positivity. Well, that's Chuck Signs. We want to let him know that, so obviously, first of all, we thank him for his support. He supported us from day one. So if your business needs signage, it needs help, just remember your business's sign is the first thing people see. So increase your visibility with Chuck's Signs. Thank you, Chuck. All right, let's dive right in now to the week 3 recap. Lombardi, where do you want to start? You want to start with the bad?
I mean, there's only bad to start with.
Like, there's nowhere else to go.
Scott, what game were you watching?
What part of the bad do you want to start with?
There
is a better question.
There is no positive in this game. But we will start with, I think we need to start with the defense. I really do think that, let's get the elephant out of the room right now and talk about the defense. I know JP had talked about during the Giants game that Eberflus was playing Tampa 2, and he explained a little bit to our viewers what Tampa 2 was. And I kind of, with all due respect, I kind of disagreed. I thought it was more, there were leaks. It was like like I said in my hot take, it was Swiss cheese. And it proved to be the same exact thing this week. It wasn't just down the middle, cutting through down the middle. I mean, our corners were getting beat like no tomorrow. Trevon Diggs, I don't even know if he was, what he was thinking or where he was. He looked so confused. He looked so out of the game. It was absolutely horrible. And the other corner, I forget his name, Elon or
Kyler Elam.
Kyler Elam. He shouldn't even be playing right now. He is a bench player. He's a guy that should be filling in.
We traded for him.
And listen, I didn't even get there yet. And here he is trying to hold the fort down on the other side of the field. It was just, it was just so bad. Really, really so bad and disheartening.
Let me give you some stats real quick.
Sure.
About how the game went. So they allowed 31 points on defense, which another big week for our defense, giving up a lot of points because we gave up 37 to the Giants and we gave 31 to the Bears. Caleb Williams dropped back and threw 298 yards and 4 touchdowns, a career high 142.6 passer rating against the Cowboys defense. This guy was struggling in 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks he struggled. This week he looked like Dan Marino.
Right.
The Cowboys failed to register a single sack on Williams. The first time in his career in any game he's played, he's not been sacked.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he dropped back 53 times, and we only had 7 hurries in the whole entire game. 53 dropbacks, only 7 times we hurried him the whole game, which means he had all day to throw.
Well, the other thing is they couldn't keep him in the pocket. Like you talked about last week, the only way that Caleb Williams was going to hurt us, we didn't realize he was going to be Dan Marino, like you referred to. But the only way he was going to hurt us is if we are going to allow him out of the pocket. And sure enough, even that we couldn't do. Even that we couldn't keep him in the pocket.
And they keep going with the last week issues with the 7 plays plus 20 yards. They had 5 plays last week for over 25 yards with the Bears. So the Bears offense were clicking down the field. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like little run and dunks. It was literally 25-yard plays down the field. We were blown coverages again 3 weeks in a row. So the Cowboys have allowed the most completions and passing touchdowns for 25 yards or more in 3 games in the last 45 years.
They're the worst in the league.
Yes.
They're the worst in the league. It is fair to say that the Dallas Cowboy defense is the worst in the league.
Cowboys rank 30th in the league in total defense, allowing an average of 404 yards per game. That is disgusting. Right. Eberflus, if anything, you need to be fired like now, today, gone, see ya, bye. Is Al Harris still on the defensive side? Is he still with us, coaching staff?
I believe he is.
Last week? Because he needs to step up and become the defensive coordinator.
The problem with Eberflus is this. We just had a viewer right back, big-time Indy Colts fan, and he had experience with Eberflus when he was a DC and Indy, and he was terrible there, and they were going to fire him. They didn't have an opportunity because he got the head coaching job in the Chicago Bears organization. Ow. And then we found out how well that worked out because the Chicago Bears fired him last year, right? So here we are with the Dallas Cowboys.
With that debacle on Thanksgiving. It was such an embarrassment for coaching. He's our defense coordinator, by the way. It's awesome. Yeah. And then, again, this year in 3 games, we have allowed 900 passing yards, 7 passing touchdowns allowed in 3 games, the league's worst. This is just getting worse and worse and worse. Now, the Cowboys offense is something where, like I told you last week, I think we could hang with them if we could hang with them and shoot them out in a shootout. We could hang with the Bears. But we killed ourselves with turnovers. And it's one of those things where, like, we had 4 turnovers. They had 0. The thing with Caleb Williams was we wanted him to stay in the pocket so he could make those mistakes, get the pressure on him. We had no pressure. Our defensive ends weren't even a factor in the game. And this is what I'm going to say to you. This is why we miss Parsons. If we had Parsons, I know one guy doesn't change the game, but having him disrupting Caleb Williams' dropbacks, him having to get guys double teaming him, he's a factor that game.
No, and this is where we disagree.
He's a factor.
And this is where we disagree. The Dallas Cowboys would be a better team with Micah Parsons on the field, and he would create disruption. He would. And I'm not saying that that's not the case. I'm saying this is the case. Even with Micah Parsons, the Dallas Cowboys are still bottom 3 defense in the league. They're that bad. And if you can't see that one guy, Micah Parsons, would not make the total difference in this league, I mean, on this team, then you're absolutely certifiably crazy. The deal with the deal with the Dallas Cowboy defense is that there are so many weaknesses and so many holes in the secondary that Micah Parsons wouldn't even have time to rush a passer before our cornerbacks are
It would help the coverage.
They're that bad.
It would help the coverage. If
That
you have
bad.
a guy coming at you, you hike the ball and the guy's coming at you, you're going to throw the ball faster, which means that the coverage hasn't to be as long. When you have all day to throw, there's gonna be a time where the cornerback's going to lose coverage.
They
It
don't
happens.
need all day. They don't need any team
Caleb
that plays
Williams had all day.
Well,
Had
yeah,
all
he had all
day.
day. He's going to take all day. But I'm trying to tell you right now is that the Dallas defense is so bad. A quarterback does not need all day to throw the ball. They're open. They're playing this crap zone defense that Eberflus loves. He loves this zone defense. It's terrible. It stinks. It should be a high school football team
let me ask you a
playing
question.
zone defense.
Let me ask you a question. Now, we've seen this last year with Mike Zimmer as the defensive coordinator. The same struggles, right? After Dan Quinn left, when Dan Quinn was our defense coordinator, we had a top defense.
A lot of different players.
Not that many.
Oh.
We had a top defense.
Trevon Diggs.
Hold on. Let me finish my point.
God.
Let me finish my point.
You got to be kidding me right now.
We had a top defense with Dan Quinn. He leaves. Mike Zimmer comes in. Atrocious. The first 3 weeks we got killed on defense. Now we have Eberflus trying doing his scheme. I think it's the personnel over the coach and some aspect. No, Eberflus, he's not a proven defensive coordinator. He's not. He, like you said, he almost got fired at Indy, and now is with the Cowboys, and it looks awful. Anybody could go into the Bears. Week 3, it's Eberflus. He knew Caleb Williams. He knows his tendencies. He knows that offense, and he couldn't do anything to stop them.
That's interesting.
That scares me.
That's a really good point, JP.
And now we're going to the Cowboys. We're going on to the Packers. They have a way better offense than the Bears, and they have a way better defense. We are going to be so outmatched. I can't wait to see it. And then the thing is,
I can. I can.
And again, it's one of those things where all these injuries are piling up in the beginning of the season, which is we're going to be in a hole, and we need a strong defense. I think the personnel's got to change. I think Jerry's got to make some moves and invest in the defense. Our offense I think is really, really good. I like the offensive line we did, the changes we made. I like CeeDee. I like Pickens. I like Javonte Williams. Amazing. But the defensive side, those 4 first-round draft picks, I say spend all 4 on that defense.
So here's the thing about the offense too, and I'm gonna kind of throw a curveball at you. I'm gonna tell you that the offense is gonna be not that good, and you're gonna see him slip. That offensive line is hurt
Because of injuries, yeah.
You mentioned it in the beginning of the game, and I'm gonna tell you something too. If you go back and watch the film on this game, Tyler Guyton was terrible.
Terrible.
I hate to say this, but he was absolutely terrible. There were times where he didn't even have a hand on his defender, and his defender was just able to pivot, turn, and get around him and sack Dak Prescott. He was bad. He was very bad. And it's very concerning when you're playing a better team in the Packers that are going to have a lot of pass rush to put Dak Prescott on the field, on the ground. What I will tell you is my last point about this is this. I was not impressed with Dak Prescott's play, and Jerry Jones, that's all he had to talk about is, we got number 4 out there. That's why we're a playoff team. So we got number 4. I'm going to tell you this. Dak Prescott, every time he had an opportunity or needed to make a play, you know what he did? He threw the ball to Jake Ferguson, which I don't have a problem with, but he never threw the ball to the marker. It was always underneath, 3 or 4 yards underneath. 3rd and 8, he's throwing the ball 3rd and 3. Third and 12, he's throwing the ball 6 yards, 7 yards. He never made an opportunity to make the first down play. Dak Prescott did not play as well as I thought.
Last thought, JP, on this.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys offense was not good. We beat ourselves, like I was saying earlier. So if you go down on the stats for that too, the Cowboys had more yards on offense, 396 versus 385 to the Bears. The penalties, we had less penalties. We had 4 versus 6. Penalty yardage, 25 versus 41. third down efficiency, big difference. We are 3 for 11 at 27%, and the Bears were 8 for 14, which is at 57%. They were almost automatic.
Right.
Fourth down conversions, we were 2 for 3. They're 1 for 1. So the thing with the red zone, conversion and our efficiency on the red zone, we were horrible, almost last place last year with our offense. Yesterday, we're 1 for 4 in the red zone with 3 turnovers.
I was going to say, and you combine that with the turnovers,
3
forget
turnovers.
it, you're not winning.
The Bears are 2 for 3. Time per possession, 27 minutes to 32 minutes. Dak Prescott had a 77% completion percentage for 251 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. So he had an 80% rate passer rating, which is not great. Ferguson caught a career high 13 passes for 82 yards. That was good to see. I love Ferguson. He's going to be a stud for us for a while. That's why we paid him. Pickens recorded 68 receiving yards and a touchdown, but that big drop where he bobbled the ball and the guy intercepted it was one of Dak's interceptions, one of the turnovers. Horrible. And he slammed his helmet down. I can see he's pissed off and upset. But man, you have one of the best hands in the NFL and you drop that ball. It's pretty embarrassing. Then Javonte Williams, which was the bright side of our offense, which again, where we did not see this coming. I didn't see it coming. You might have saw it.
I called it. I liked him.
He averaged 7.6 yards a carry with 76 yards, and we went away from the running game and committed to the passing game. A guy's averaging 7.6 yards a carry, and we're committing on throwing in the red zone, and 2 of those were interceptions. That is a bad move, and that's one of those things where like Pete Carroll did the whole Marshawn Lynch thing when he threw it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Instead of running the ball with Marshawn, run the ball when you got a guy killing that defense. Run the ball. 7.6 yards a carry. You hand the ball off until they can stop you. That's
all right. Let's take a breather, gather our thoughts, and stop looking back. And we'll take a moment to look forward. Before we do that, the Lombardi and JP Talk Sports podcast is powered by Lee Creative Media. Ready to make your brand unforgettable? Get your story seen with Lee Creative Media. Now, thank you for those of you tuning in to the Lombardi and JP Talk Sports. Wherever you get your podcast, be sure to subscribe, follow, and like us. We're here for you every week with all your Cowboys news, information, and opinions. Okay, so looking forward to week 4. The boys are back in town. You heard us say it at the top. Lombardi, JP are going back to Dallas. Mike is not the only one returning to Dallas. The boys of the Lombardi and JP Talk Sports podcast will be there as well. Maybe not feeling so great, but what do you guys look for here? Looking at the Green Bay Packers, I know you're scared because I asked you last week, are you concerned about Caleb Williams? And you thought Russ Wilson lighten us up. Here comes Caleb Williams and does it. What do you think Jordan Love's going to do? I mean, he can do exactly the same, if not worse, from a Cowboys perspective.
It's going to be ugly. I hate to say it. Jordan Love's going to tear them up. I mean, I know we have Clowney coming in. He's going to be playing. I don't know what to expect from him. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you this. I think Jordan Love's going to have a big game. I'm looking forward to going back to Dallas and seeing all my
experience,
all those great
your
friends
yes.
and sharing some good times with JP down there. But I'm going to tell you something. We are in a world of hurt. I said this earlier. We have done nothing to improve this defense, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers are the real deal. I know they lost in a thriller in Cleveland last week. They got their field goal blocked for the game-winning field goal that blocked it, and Cleveland ended up winning that game. Jordan Love is battling a thumb injury, so I'm hoping that slows him down because it slowed him down last week.
Does not matter.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be optimistic here.
Yep. Great.
And Josh Jacobs to me is one of the best running backs in the league. They got some really young, good receivers there. And go on the defensive side of the ball. We got Rashawn Gary, got Micah Parsons, they got McKinney, they got all these guys they have a top 5 defense, and they played really well last week. So it's hard to be optimistic with all these injuries, especially to our line. It just feeds right into Micah Parsons having a career day, his homecoming back to Dallas after been traded, and we're going to see it firsthand. It's going to be dreadful, but. And I'm still kind of scarred. I don't know if you're still kind of scarred. Is that we were there for that playoff game, the last playoff game we had.
I was just going to bring up,
and it was such a defeat for us. And to walk out of that stadium, we walked out of that stadium that night. We went right back to the hotel and went to bed. We're like, they were so demoralized about how bad that loss was. And now we're going back to Dallas week 4 to see this, hoping that our team's going to be healthy, and we're not. And I hope it's not going to be another big loss.
I hate to tell you, and what's in my mind right now is we're going to go to this game. We're going to sit in our seat. We're going to celebrate. We're going to game prep. We're going to tailgate. We're going to have this blast. We're going to go to our seats. We're going to go to the tunnel. We're going to go to our seats. We're going to watch a half of football, and it's going to be so frustrating. It's going to be so frustrating. It's almost going to be like a repeat. We're going to go to the Stadium Club for halftime, and I'm scared that we're not going to return to our seats for the second half.
Yeah, I'm nervous too.
It's that bad. I think. I'm worried.
Yeah.
I'm worried about it.
Deja vu all over again, possibly.
Because you know why? That's what happened in the playoff game. We never returned.
Yeah.
I don't think we returned the second half.
Yeah, I can understand that. So, but here's the thing. We're either going to learn there is the contenders and pretenders. We're either going to see it like we're expecting to see it this weekend, right? Is that the Packers are going to show they're the contenders and just show just how much. It's more of a reinforcement of how pretending the Cowboys are, and they're really not in the same league. However, I optimistically, and I hope that it actually is a good game, and then we're going to have the tough discussion next week talking about even if they lose, but they lose a close game. Well, where are the Cowboys? Are they really this bad? Are they really this good?
You know what, though, Scott?
From week to week.
Hear me out. Whether it's close or not, we're 1-2 right now. You fall into 1-3. I know it's early on in the season, but week 4, going into week 4, being 1-3
with their schedule,
I don't think it's going to be that great of a conversation. We will make it a great conversation.
Well, you'll feel better though.
But
if they lose by 3 or a one possession game,
I don't know.
We're not going to hang in. We're not going to hang in with the Commanders and the Eagles. The Commanders won with their backup quarterback, with Marcus Mariota, who has started in years.
Right.
And they
lit it up.
They killed the Raiders. The Eagles got bailed out again on some BS, and they won that game with a walk-off, block field goal and scoop and ran for a touchdown. Like, I watched that game going, yes, they got a field goal range. Here we go, Rams.
Right.
And you watch that, I just turned off the team. Like, this can't go any worse. And we can't fall 1-3.
That's what I mean.
I know we're going to the Jets after the Packers. You can't look too far ahead because this is a must-win game. We lost to the Bears, which that game should have been a win for us, and we got embarrassed. Now we're going home against the Packers, who we struggle against. And if we lose that game, I don't care if it's by 1 point or 40 points.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter.
And that's why I go back to the Tyler Booker injury, why it's more important of his injury than CeeDee Lamb is because if we were going to beat the Packers, we would really have to control the time of possession and give the ball to Williams and allow him to control and run. If he's going to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards and control the time of possession, then we have somewhat of a chance to keep Jordan Love off the field. But other than that, we can't do that. And why I'm saying this is that I'm really afraid that the reason with our offensive line being so beat up, I'm not so sure how much Williams can do with that line. Never mind Dak and having the time to deliver the ball.
Yeah, they won. Against the Bears, they won the time of possession. But again, it goes back to the turnovers. So it was 5 minutes, 32, basically almost 33, just shy of 33 minutes to 27 minutes time of possession. Yeah, but they still lost 31-14.
But nobody's talking about they played at a depleted defense in the Bears. They had 3 or 4 guys down. We were playing a second string defense. We should have owned the time of possession, and we did. We gave up the ball. But my point is that you're not playing a depleted Bears defense.
Packers defense.
I'm sorry, you're not playing a deleted.
And I'm easy for you to say.
Packers defense.
Not easy.
You're playing the real deal.
Yeah, and even if you do have a 5-minute advantage in time of possession against the Packers, that still doesn't mean you could still lose 31-14, if not worse, against the Packers.
I just got a nightmare again. The 19-player, the 20-play possession ending up in a touchdown. Like it makes me sick to think that our defense has to go up against the Packers this week.
I only hope it with Jordan Love is he's going to somehow struggles because he has that left thumb injury. I'm just saying.
We're pinning all our hopes on Jordan's Love.
I'm just saying.
Jordan Love's bad finger.
That is great.
It's your only hope.
That is great.
If
your only hope, Luke Skywalker.
If he fumbles the snap,
Or
and we
Obi-Wan.
recover it, and Kenny Clark recovers it. It's only, I
Guys,
don't
it's
know.
the thumb. It's the thumb.
I'm trying to hold on to something, some kind of hope.
Hold on to the thumb if you have to.
So bad.
Be my Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Your only hope, Obi-Wan.
Awful.
rough.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get to our picks, shall we? Unless there's anything else regarding your upcoming visit and your travels, is there anything else you want to add?
So Joe secured us Rally Day tickets.
Saturday.
So Saturday. So please be on the lookout for all our hot takes. And we're going to go live
On the field.
On the field at
Yep.
AT&T Stadium. So please look out for that. Hopefully we'll run in some old players, some cheerleaders.
No doubt.
Right.
Yeah, we'll be on the field Saturday. So look, like JP said, look for us. And then on Sunday, tune back into before the game because we'll be down in the tunnel getting some great footage with the players running out of the tunnel onto the field for game time.
I cannot wait. I think this is 5 years in a row.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the
Wow.
fifth year.
On
Awesome.
the field, huh? How many podcasts bring you a live hit from on the field at AT&T Stadium? On the Star, if you
Doing
want
it.
to be.
We'll be on the Star.
You'll be there.
We'll take a picture on the Star.
That's awesome. That's great.
All right.
All right. Well, let's get into our picks then. We are neck and neck, the three of us, after 3 weeks. We are neck and neck with just really one game separating the three of us. We will update our totals after week 4. So what's that, about a quarter of the way through the season? We'll update and we'll see if we're still neck and neck after next week. Anything can happen any given week in the NFL. But looking at this weekend's matchups, we have, let's start with the undefeated teams, 2 undefeated teams facing off, the Eagles and the Bucks. We know our feelings about the Eagles, and are they going to get lucky again, or are they going to need luck against Baker Mayfield?
I'm going to go the Bucks because Baker Mayfield has come back in all 3 games this year, and it's been fun to watch. Yeah. I think the Bucks could be a really, really good team this year, so I'm going to go Bucks over the Eagles.
And I'm going to have to agree with you. I am going Bucks for this reason. Not because I love Baker Mayfield or because I love the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going with the Bucks for this reason. You Eagles are the luckiest team in the NFL.
Frauds.
And I've never seen so much go one team's way. You're bound to run out of luck. Go Bucks. Bucks take the Eagles this week.
That's right, Eagle fans. Your luck is running out this weekend. We said it here at on our podcast, so it's definitely going to happen. We are Bucks across the board on this matchup.
Wow.
That probably means the other thing will happen. All right. Second matchup, Lions and the Browns. The aforementioned Browns pulling off the upset, but going up against a Lions team that has established itself after week 1 of one of the predominant teams in the NFC.
I'm going to go kick it off with the Lions. I think the Lions beat the Browns. I think they're going to get in a groove. I don't think they're the team of last year, but I think they're stronger than the Browns. I think the Browns are a good team, and they're going to have some success this year, but I think St. Brown and Goff are going to be strong, and I think it's going to be a Lion win.
I mean, it was cool to see the Browns take out the Packers, but until Shakur Sanders starts in Cleveland, I will never take them in a pick 'em bet. So I'm going to say Lions or the Browns.
Once again, we are boring and across the board. All right, before we get to Cowboys Packers, which will be interesting if we are across the board there.
What's so interesting about that?
I want to know where your pick is going to be. Where you going to put your money where your mouth is? What you've been talking about all show today? All right. Before we get there, let's go Vikings Steelers real quick in Dublin. It's the first morning game, European game at 9 a.m. or whatever time it is of the season in Dublin, Ireland. Vikings Steelers. Who you got, JP?
Sorry, Ireland. This is going to be a really bad game to watch, but I got the Vikings over the Steelers.
I'm going to tell you the Vikings are going to kick some butt, and I'm going to tell you why. I sat through that Patriots-Steelers game, and the Patriots beat themselves. They should have beat the Steelers.
Talk about
this week.
turnovers.
And I will tell you right now, Aaron Rodgers is finally showing his age. The Vikings are going to put the 40-something 3-year-old man on his back.
I think he's 41.
All
I
right.
think, but
Is
don't quote
40
me on that.
He looks 50, but
Vikings win that game.
So you're having faith in JJ McCarthy, huh?
Yes.
To bring
no,
that offense.
Carson Wentz.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, he's hurt. Yeah.
He got hurt. That's
Shout
right.
out to Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
New York.
Okay, so you're putting your faith in the old Eagles QB.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe just to be different, or no. I'm not convinced with the Vikings. I think last year they were good, but this year I'm not seeing it yet, and I'm going with the Steelers.
So Ireland, fire up your Jameson, getting this in you,
Irish whiskey.
and try to watch that game. That is a bad game to watch.
Well,
I apologize.
and but
from the United States here.
Even with that, we're going to see the Steelers travel well. You're going to see a lot of yellow, terrible towels in that stadium,
they're gonna be
more than
terrible,
you're going to
alright.
see
Is that
purple.
the first NFL game hosted in Ireland?
I don't know.
Oh, we'll have to look that up.
I
and
think it is.
either post it.
I think it is.
Yeah, England,
I
Germany,
don't-
obviously. But
I don't remember one NFL game until now that is going to be played in Ireland.
that's a good point. You may be right. Okay, we'll confirm that.
All
All
right.
right, and finally, Cowboys Packers. Who you got, Lombardi?
This is killing me to say this, but I have to do it. The Packers are going to beat our Cowboys.
Yeah, Packers over the Cowboys.
Yeah. So we are putting our money where our mouths are, and what we've been saying all show today. We hope we're wrong, but we're going Packers across the board, just in picks, not in our hearts. All right, that's the end of our show. Any last quick comments, real quick, in the last 30 seconds?
It is confirmed. This is the first game ever hosted by Ireland.
There you go.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Immediate results here on Lombardi and JP. All right, that's our show for today. Thank you for watching us. Thanks for tuning in. Keep the conversation going. We want to hear your opinions and comments about what these boys have said today and continue to say throughout the weeks in the NFL season. Come back soon and see us again for Lombardi, JP. I'm Scotty P. We out.